Before the Punic Wars catapulted them into the spotlight, the Carthaginians stood as one of the most formidable naval forces of their era. This maritime prowess was a legacy centuries in the making, forged through countless battles, often overlooked by history. Let us delve into the stories of these forgotten sailors of North Africa, and the warships with which they built a vast empire that nearly toppled the Romans. The Carthaginian navy's roots trace back to their Phoenician ancestors in the Bronze Age. These coastal city-states pioneered navigation and shipbuilding, dominating the seas before and after the Bronze Age collapse. By the 9th century BC, Phoenicians had established hundreds of outposts across the Mediterranean, facilitating lucrative trade networks that linked far-flung markets. Carthage, founded in 814 BC, was a strategic outpost at the nexus of these trade routes, destined to become a maritime powerhouse. Little is known about the early development of the Carthaginian navy. However, it is likely that the colony's bustling port and merchant sector hosted hundreds of ships, many of which were adapted for military use. As Carthage grew in power, its navy expanded, becoming feared throughout the Mediterranean. The Carthaginian navy was primarily composed of galleys, narrow, shallow-draft ships powered by oars and sails. These vessels evolved, with different classifications based on the number of rowers per file. The most common types included the bireme, trireme, and quinquereme, each with increasing size and power. Building and maintaining these warships was a massive undertaking. Skilled craftsmen felled timber, forged nails, cast rams, and sewed sails. Construction took place in dedicated harbours and covered sheds, with some Carthaginian facilities employing proto-assembly line techniques to improve efficiency. The Carthaginian navy relied on a diverse workforce, including free men, slaves, and mercenaries. Rowers were often recruited from the poorer citizens, while marines came from various sources, including the Punic citizenry and foreign auxiliaries. Training for Carthaginian naval crews likely included rowing practice on land and at sea. Life in the navy was tough, with long hours, cramped conditions, and a simple diet. However, the rewards were great, as successful sailors could rise through the ranks and achieve wealth and status. Carthaginian naval tactics emphasized ramming and boarding. Ships would charge into enemy vessels, using their bronze rams to inflict damage. Boarding parties would then swarm aboard the grappled ship, seeking to overpower the enemy crew. Ranged weapons, such as archers and artillery, were also used to attack enemy vessels from a distance. The Carthaginian navy played a crucial role in Carthage's expansion and defense. It was involved in numerous conflicts, including the Punic Wars against Rome. Despite ultimately being defeated by the Romans, the Carthaginian navy left a lasting legacy and remains one of the most impressive naval forces of antiquity.